who are we as Americans? What do we think? What do we dream about? What do we believe? Who are we as citizens of these United States? These are big, broad questions. And they tried to answer those questions a while ago. It was about 100 years ago, actually, coming out of a pandemic and coming out of a period of tremendous internal and external strife. It was the 1920s, and they were approaching the 150th anniversary of the Revolutionary War's beginning. They were approaching the 150th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, and they tried to answer those big questions. And what they came up with was a term called Americanism. Now, Americanism then had some good things to it, but it also had some very, very bad things to it. And what I'd like to suggest to you as an American, coming out of a pandemic, coming out of a period of great internal and external strife, that we have a second chance, a second opportunity to answer the question again for ourselves, and perhaps answer it better in what I'll call Americanism Redux. You see, what I want to do between now and July 4th, 2026 is write a series of stories. I'll put them on my website. Write a series of stories about real people from those real days, 250 years ago, when everyone was in the moment and the period and the challenge of founding and creating and beginning and starting up all over again. In 1772, 3, 4, 5, and 1776, 250 years ago, I'll take you to where they were and what they were thinking and what was happening to them. I think there's value in trying to answer our questions of our Americanism and knowing what happened to them in a real way then. I'd like to end this by telling you a very quick story, actually, from a couple of years ago. I went to the National Archives. Maybe you've been there too, and I saw the display of one of the original copies of the Declaration of Independence, but I was shocked to discover that you can't hardly read it anymore. The ink is faded. It's only almost an empty page. So what I want you and I to do together is to rewrite, redraw, retrace, restore that story from 250 years ago today, and what it meant to live through that period of founding and birth and creation and all the rest. So I invite you to come to my website on a regular basis, because you'll see a story that you can use, short and brief, from 250 years ago today. Welcome to Americanism Redux.